long. Yeah, guys, who's coming to join us on this live stream? Yeah, put it there. Anyone coming to join us on this live stream today as we discuss a very important matter here, very important topic of discussion today. I wonder if there is anyone coming to join us on this live stream. Hello guys, welcome aboard this live stream here as we talk about King Charles III's decision to invite Meghan and Harry for the coronation ceremony. It's been a long time since I caught up with you guys. Thank you so much for all your support. Of course, Francis Page Media is the place to come to catch up with all the latest that is going on in the world of our British royals. Welcome aboard, guys. Comment below if my sound isn't very good, and then I will make all the adjustments as we go along. Hi, Lorraine. It's been a while since I did a live here, guys. Thank you so much for coming up here on this live. How have you been, Lorraine? Have you had a fantastic new year? Ooh, I don't remember when I last did a live stream. It's been a while. But yes, I hope every single one of you is getting on well so far and that you're all looking forward to celebrating the coronation ceremony, which is fastly approaching, guys. But I'm very, very grateful that we have this channel here, Francis Page Media, that we can always come into sort of listen to these conversations that help us to stay ahead of whatever is going to be coming up. Hi, Denise. Thank you so much for joining us today. And yes, we are so excited, guys. Again, let me know if my sound is not the best. I'm out here in the public area having a cup of tea this afternoon. So I decided to take some time out to come and discuss this very, very important topic, which is trending. Hi, Lori. Thank you so much for joining us again. Yes, and guys, thank you so much for the support. 100K subscribers recently, and we are rocking the board. Thank you so much for the support. Yes, Lorraine, Queen Consort is still taking a step back. Of course, she recently got diagnosed with COVID and, 7 days out of the public so that you can recover. And that is what the Queen Consort so far is doing as well. So, yeah, many of her engagements were cancelled until further notice. And what the royal family is trying to do is to try and get her back to her good health in time for the coronation ceremony. Hi, Nelly. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I'm using a mobile phone device streaming here, so if I don't get to your messages early enough, just know that it's the mobile phone. Once these messages come, they again sort of disappear off the screen. But I will always try and get back to them and respond to you as quick as I can. So, yes, thank you guys for the 100K. Recently, we made a milestone achievement. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. If you're not yet subscribed, please make sure to subscribe to this channel so that we can hold that 100K subscriber mark up, and then we can get given that, of course, golden award. Is it a golden award, silver award that you get given when you get to 100K? Please keep subscribing. Check if you're still unsubscribed, because YouTube has a way of unsubscribing people unknowingly. So again, please check to see if you're still subscribed. But yes, King Charles III's coronation is fast approaching. Hi, Laurie Manning again. Yes, excited indeed. We can't wait for the coronation ceremony. Hi, Dina. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, King Charles III has invited, apparently has sent that invitation to Meghan and Harry to come and attend the coronation ceremony. Such a big news update we hear. Of course, so many media agencies, news channels, and all that stuff are still speculating as to whether that coronation invitation has already been sent to Meghan and Harry. We know around this time dignitaries across the globe should have started receiving their invitations because they need to start getting ready. Hi, Ida. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, hi, Diana Sorrell. Wherever you are, guys, in the world, thank you so much for joining us on this live stream. I haven't done this for a while since the year started, but I'm going to start doing these live streams quite often because seems like there are so many updates coming in every now and then regarding the coronation ceremony. Who is invited? Who is not invited? What's gonna happen? Already we know that Camilla is going to be wearing Queen Mary's crown for the coronation ceremony. So that was again another update that came up recently. Everybody thought maybe there is a special crown that is going to be made for Camilla exclusively for the coronation ceremony. But we heard that no, she's going to be wearing the same crown that Queen Mary wore in 1911 for the coronation with King George V. But yes, the topic today is Meghan and Harry being invited for the coronation ceremony. Hi, Laurie, once again. Yes, come and grab a coffee here, guys. Yes. Yes, what a wonderful time of the year to start talking about these conversations. So, yes, do you think the guest will be big or do you think he will go really small? Okay, yes. So, good question, Lauren. We'll come back to that in a bit. But let me make this introduction. And King Charles III apparently has decided, or is deciding to send that invitation to Meghan and Harry. We know how much the whole world, most royalists are detesting, saying that no, Meghan and Harry should not. Hi, Helen Bode, thank you so much. Hi, D-Pain. Yes, yes, yes. Every now and then, come in and grab a coffee here. Life is too short, guys. Whatever we can do to make ourselves happy, then let's do that. A cup of coffee, cup of tea, always goes a long way to making great things happen with us. But yes, King Charles III apparently decides to send that invitation. But is the world happy? Are royalists across the globe happy with the decision that Meghan and Harry are on that list to attend the coronation ceremony? Many are saying, why on earth is Meghan and Harry turning up for that coronation event when they have always gone against the establishment? Now, that is the biggest question everybody is asking. We have seen Meghan and Harry's Netflix documentaries. We have seen Harry's book, memoir. Have you read it, guys? Okay, in that memoir, of course, Harry has a lot to say about the royal family. Hi, Meridine. Thank you so much for coming in. And a hot mess to come. Yes, people are speculating that indeed. And we can see that coming, of course, with all the controversies Meghan and Harry have caused recently in their productions. But yes, Meghan and Harry very opposed to the establishment, as we have seen them in a number of their projects. And here we are. Uh, they are receiving an invitation to come and attend a historic event. But making matters worse, to attend an event of a firm or an establishment that they are so against. Okay, so that invitation, of course, had to be sent by King Charles III. Now, people are asking, was it a wise decision for that to be sent? Did King Charles III have to invite these two? Everybody knows that when Meghan and Harry turn up at an event, there is a lot of chaos in terms of that overshadowing of the whole occasion. Okay, and of course we know that last time they turned up for the Queen's funeral, you also what happened. Okay, that walkabout with Prince William and Catherine when they were intending or planning to do their own walkabout. Meghan and Harry were trying to do their own walkabout when William apparently intercepted them and changed their plan. Okay, so they are now being invited again on such a very important event. Who knows what stunt Meghan and Harry might come up with on the day? They are always so full of surprises. They surprise everybody, but on that wrong side. on a day like the coronation ceremony, a day that needs to be a day for the king, for the country, for the nation, for all those who believe in the establishment itself. Okay, so it is a day that those that are opposed to to the establishment are not supposed to actually come anywhere near. Okay, but King Charles, of course, took that step to invite the two former working royals. Is it a wise decision? That is the big question everybody is asking. Now, accusations, of course, have always been put there by Meghan and Harry. The royal family did this to us. They did not give us chance to do that. Okay, they discriminated us in this way, that way, and the other way. Of course, you've seen their Netflix projects, of course. So, is it wise to bring them in for the coronation ceremony? Oh, is was the king right to do so? And of course, with your thoughts in the comment section below, with many of you saying, I think King Charles made a wise decision. I would agree with that based on the fact that, okay, King Charles would have sat with so many other senior royals to discuss this issue. Very, very, very delicate issue of whether they extend that invitation to Meghan and Harry or not. So those conversations must have been going on behind the scenes. Okay, they are supposed to it's more than like the relationship. Absolutely. Okay, and those are the same reasons everybody is asking why invite them when they are opposed to the establishment. Okay, but I think looking at the decision King Charles has taken, we can now sit back and start to reflect on why it has taken long for them to actually announce that Meghan and Harry will be on that list. Because a lot has been or might have been going on behind the scenes. There are some news stories, of course, that were shared. Some of those I shared here on Francis Page Media, saying that all senior royals were opposed to the idea of inviting Meghan and Harry. So when we talk about senior royals, of course, we know King Charles being one of those, and William and Catherine being one of those, Princess Royal Anne, okay, and Prince Edward. Okay, so these are senior royals. Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, were opposed to that decision of inviting Meghan and Harry. But after long discussions and sitting down as a unit, they finally made that decision. And I think by the time King Charles extended that olive branch to Meghan and Harry to come and attend, it should be a decision that was met by the entire royal family and the team that is working on organizing the coronation ceremony. Okay, so what we are seeing here is a finished product in terms of a decision. Hi, Lorraine again. As far as I know, we have not had a confirmation who will be attending. That confirmation hasn't been yes, but of course the news reportings and the consistency in stories saying Meghan and Harry to be on that invitation list, of course, is coming from some of those very, very sources close to the royal family. But King Charles' decision then, looking at it, inviting Meghan and Harry, they are so opposed to the establishment. Why did he go ahead and do that? And if we look at those reasons, mostly people are looking at it in terms of King Charles III being a father. Okay, so a father and Prince Harry being a son. Okay, a son will always be a son. Now, on many occasions as parents, whether your son has done this and that, they still remain your son. And as we grow older and maybe leave this world as parents, you want to sort of clear those grounds and please do your part. Stay good, stay calm, okay, be kind. And I think this is what King Charles III is taking in terms of that approach to make sure that, as much as his son has gone off the rails, saved that to the royal family and all that stuff, King Charles wants to maintain that calm, kind perspective of being a father who wants a son to be present for the coronation ceremony. Okay. Now, of course, this is not King King Charles's occasion alone. It is an occasion for the whole country, for the nation, for the Commonwealth. So people would be interestingly wanting to, to have a decision made that is going to be reflective of the country. Okay, now this is where criticisms are coming. King Charles III, the decision to invite Meghan and Harry, is that a decision that is reflective of the country? Do people want to see those people attend the coronation ceremony? But I think King Charles here is trying to sort of say, right, I'm inviting you to come to this coronation ceremony only solely because you're my son, and maybe one day you will realize that you went off the rails, you were misled in taking those decisions, going against an establishment that very much raised you and made you who you were. Okay, so that might have been King Charles's reason of inviting, Harry. Okay, now of course Meghan, the wife of Prince Harry, extending that invitation to Harry, of course, will also include Meghan. Because if the royal family sent out that invitation saying, we are inviting you and not Meghan, okay, they can't trust Prince Harry anymore. Prince Harry will obviously reveal that to his wife Meghan. And guess what Meghan could do with that invitation? She could make a big fuss out of it all. I told you, look at the invitation. They've invited Harry alone. They've already singled me out. Okay? Okay? Yes. But it's very, very, very sensitive, a conversation, and of course a matter, and everybody is keeping their eyes open. Are they going to turn up? Now we know that that invitation might be extended to Meghan and Harry, but will they turn up? And this could also have been a setup by King Charles III if we look at it very, very closely, because he knows. Can you imagine someone who is always against an establishment, okay? And then you trick them into giving them an invitation to attend to see what they are going to do, okay? and I think King Charles III here is being very clever into tricking them to see how hypocritic they are going to be. And Lorraine says, I know there is a rumor of pregnancy, so maybe if that's the case, they won't travel anyway. Okay, so this is going to reveal a lot of things for us. And as royalists are here saying, okay, let's wait and see what is going to happen here. Okay, but they have been given that invitation, allegedly. And what are they going to do next? They have always been saying this and that to the royal family. They have done this to us. They are all stuck in a system that isn't working. Okay, they are all trapped. Their way of thinking is very, very, very backward, traditional, and all that stuff. Okay, so we made a step to move out of this, to show the world that this is what was happening then. It isn't right. And now they receive an invitation to attend a ceremony that is very much going to be glorifying the system. And are they going to turn up? If they do, what are we all going to think about them? Okay? And don't be surprised for them to pull out and say, right, we won't be coming, only solely because they are being caught out here. Very, very smart move by King Charles III. And telling body so Lorraine, what do you honestly think? Okay, yes, yeah. Keep those conversations coming, guys, because we are the world is just having their eyes widely open. Is Meghan and Harry, are they turning up for the coronation ceremony? Are they honoring this invitation? King Charles III, a very, very wise king. And by the way, all these events that we are seeing happening, including the coronation ceremony itself, are events that must have been planned way, way back, even before Queen Elizabeth died. Okay, guys, I'm sorry I'm having to take this cup of coffee. I'm enjoying it, but I wish you could all join me. But thank you so much for being present here. I'm having it all on your behalf. But yes, so these events, that we are seeing happening are events that must have been planned way, way back in the days, even before Queen Elizabeth died. because, of course, Queen Elizabeth knew this time would come. And the problems with Meghan and Harry started while Queen Elizabeth was here. So the planning must have taken place even during Queen Elizabeth's presence when she was still here. And the decision that King Charles III is taking should have been the same decision, I think Queen Elizabeth would have taken as well. Invite them to the ceremony. Keep an open space, open arms. We are free-spirited people. You say we are this, you don't like us, but we are inviting you. Come join us for the coronation event. So I think King Charles sending that invitation to Meghan and Harry is a decision that would very much have been taken by Queen Elizabeth. Now, many people forget that, of course, King Charles, the longest serving heir apparent that he okay, was learning during that 73 years of being under the Queen, was learning a lot from his mother, the Queen, whether that would be decision making, how to charm the public and the congregation, those chit chats we are seeing King Charles the Third making now, getting on with people, okay, dancing and all that stuff. These are all tricks that King Charles must have learned from his mother, Queen Elizabeth. Whether it's decision making, he was always there to see how the Queen made those decisions. So it is very, very probable that the decision Charles has taken to invite Meghan and Harry would have been the same decision that Queen Elizabeth would have taken. Okay, so looking at it from the outside as royalists, of course, we are being emotional to the fact that Meghan and Harry and what they have done to the royal family is not something that we want. Okay, and therefore, if it was us inviting those invitations, we would not even send those invitations to the two. But as a father, King Charles III had to do the needful for him as a father. But we know how much Meghan and Harry would also have ridden on the pretext of not being invited in future and turn that against the royal family. That we told you guys that we are never part of them. They never invited us for the coronation ceremony. Okay, Prince Harry wrote his book. He's promising a second book. Maybe there's a third book. But can you imagine what Prince Harry could write in that book if he wasn't invited for his father's coronation ceremony? Okay, so again, this decision that King Charles III made was a decision he made based on the fact that, okay, he's my son, maybe I'll extend that olive branch, I'll extend that invitation with hope that in future he will change, with hope that he will see us as a family that is very welcoming and not as a family that he always tells people we are. But also to stop them from making a fracas out of not being invited in their future projects. Okay? So, when we are looking at these reasons, of course, we are being very analytical in understanding, okay, they got invited, but, if they turn up, okay, let's hope if they turn up, they will also be shown by the public how much they are not liked. And that is the other thing. King Charles III and the senior royals could have also wanted that Meghan and Harry to come face to face with the reality of the fact that they are no longer wanted by the public because of what they did. And of course, the last time they came here for the Queen's funeral, we all know what happened. It was more like they were invisible. Invisible. Okay, nobody wanted to know whether they are here or not. Okay, and that sort of reaction they received then is going to be 3 times more in terms of invisibility. Okay, in terms of people not even wanting to do anything with them because of the book that Prince Harry released recently, because of their Netflix documentary. Can you imagine? They attended the Queen's funeral well knowing Prince Harry, well knowing that he has written tons and tons of negative things about the royal family in his book. Okay. So this invitation here is actually seen as a blessing in disguise in the long run, because it is going to reveal to the former working royals that whatever they have been doing, people have been seeing. People are not happy. And I think that will send a message to Meghan and Harry that you never joke with an establishment that has been there for years. Okay? And of course, Meghan and Meghan, for example, is always being looked at as the person who has manipulated Prince Harry into taking all the decisions he's taken. The book, Spare, many are claiming that that book was written by Meghan Markle. The thoughts from Meghan Markle. Okay, Prince Harry just had a voice, or maybe that's signature on that book, but people are claiming those were Meghan Harry's words. Now, can you imagine Meghan and Harry standing up on that invitation? How people already know what Meghan has done. So she's going to turn up for the coronation ceremony. Can you imagine the reaction, the response that she is going to receive from people? Again, that might be a reason why they might decide to pull out and not wanting to attend the event. But it won't go. It if that happens, okay, people will not take it up on the Queen for not inviting them. The King invited them. They decided not to come only solely because they know the reaction they will receive will not be that welcoming, will not be that same sort of reaction they would expect, or the reaction they received on those other engagements when they came through to attend those other events. But yes, King Charles III invited Meghan and Harry. It has been a very, very big story going around. I know this is still alleged. This is still something that is not 100% confirmed, but of course reports pointing out that they have been invited, and some of these reports very, very close to the royal family. We can now go with the fact that that invitation might have been sent. Okay, so the coronation ceremony is only how many months away? May, 2 months away, coming to just over 2 months now. Okay, so when you're sending an invitation, we know that that invitation has to go 3, 4, 5, even sometimes 6 months earlier to allow people plan. Okay, hi Sam. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, for joining us. So that invitation, of course, for us to know this, it could have already been sent ages ago, because you can't just send an invitation to someone within a space of a month and expect them to turn up. There are things that go into arranging these things. People need to book hotels, people need to sort their securities out, they need to sort their health insurance, travel health insurance. So it would have been sent ages ago. However, of course, as the public, we couldn't have got these messages early enough because of the delicate nature of things. But here on this live stream, we can just sit and reflect on why King Charles III could have decided to invite the two runaway royals. Him being a father, knowing that, they have always gone against the establishment. And he's now inviting them to see or to test their level of hypocrisy. Are they going to turn up to an event of an establishment they've always gone against? And if they do against that, again, that is going to be a shooting in their own foot. Okay, so it is very clever a decision for these two to be invited, and I actually support that, because we are going to show the two former working royals when they arrive here that people are not very, very happy with what they have been doing. And those boos, of course, will be heard from miles and miles. Okay? But in your way of looking at, my dear friends, do you think it's a wise decision? Do you think King Charles did the right thing to invite them? Please leave your thoughts here. Let us have a conversation. Maybe you have your own unique points, okay? And maybe you're seeing this differently. Now, there is a story that, of course, came up recently of Meghan and Harry, sorry, of Meghan, that she had written a blog many years ago, I think 2014, and she wrote a blog about William and Catherine. And I think because she was running a blog then called Tig, and in that blog, Megan talks about fashion, food, design, travel, and all that stuff. And in fact, recently we heard that she wants to reopen that blog again and start writing, and that she's very passionate with that. Now, there is a recent report development that has come up that Megan actually had written about Catherine and William in that blog in 2014. And she was talking about this, the fairy princess, and how Catherine, of course, is now being talked about in every newspaper, is being praised, is being called an adult princess, and that it's all a fairy tale. Okay, and remember very well that Meghan said she knew nothing about the royal family. She said whatever she knows about the royal family, she has learned from Prince Harry. Those were Meghan's words. Remember that engagement interview she did with Prince Harry shortly before their engagement, when she said that yes, whatever I have learned from the royal family has been taught to me by my to-be husband, Prince Harry, that she knew nothing about the royal family, even when she turned up in front of Buckingham Palace at the age of 15, taking photographs outside Buckingham Palace. Okay, there have been reports saying that she was always talking with her friends growing up that she would like to get married to a prince, and somehow Prince Harry's name came up. Okay, ages ago before she met Prince Harry, and then she told us, of course, that she knew nothing about the royal family until she met Prince Harry. Clearly telling us lies. She knew a lot about the royal family. She had made her research, and she was reading books. She had posters, magazines, pictures put on the wall in her room growing up as Meghan Markle, fantasizing about the royal family and wanting to marry into the royal family. Now we know how she behaves, the things she does, the sort of wearing, modeling herself to be the Princess Diana. These are things she would have been reading up on, doing research on way back before she met Prince Harry. But she told us, of course, that whatever she learned, she knew nothing about the royal family, and that it was husband Prince Harry who taught her whatever she knows now. Clearly lies. Okay? So people, of course, can't take her serious when she says things like that. And coming to attend the royal family then, after people have uncovered all these things about Meghan, is not only going to make her feel small, but is also going to is going to also make people probably dislike the husband more, because the only person right now who believes in Meghan is husband Prince Harry. It's more like Prince Harry was blocked from getting to understand who the true Meghan is. It's more like he's the only person who believes in what wife Meghan says. Okay, so this is going to be very interesting. But looking at all that sort of fracas going on around Meghan and Harry, and then again seeing these two invited to attend a ceremony like the coronation ceremony, we can see why people don't want these two to be around. Because of course the stories that will be flying around the next day after the coronation ceremony will be all about Meghan. Oh, she attended. They came to the coronation ceremony. They said they didn't like the establishment, but they have turned up and all that stuff. Regardless of if it is negative, regardless of or if these stories are going to be negative or not, they are still taking away or overshadowing those stories that could have been produced about the coronation ceremony. So this is where people are actually not happy with the decision that was made. Okay, to invite these two. Whether you like it or not, there will be an aspect of overshadowing His Majesty the King's big day. Okay. But what are your thoughts, guys? I'm loving your comments in the section, comment section here below. And of course, for for Harry and Meghan, whatever is put out there in the media about them, they like. Okay, whether these stories are negative, they do enjoy being out in the publicity. They enjoy being written about and all those things. So they probably have nothing to lose when they show up on these big occasions. Because all they want are cameras facing them. All they want are stories popping up, being on the front pages and all that stuff. Okay, so attending a coronation ceremony and overshadowing it, whether with negative stories or positive stories, I think for Meghan and Harry, they will still walk away as happy chaps. Okay. But people really, really don't want this occasion to be about them. They want the king. It is a historic event. We haven't had such an occasion for God knows how many years, 70 years plus since Queen Elizabeth was coronated. Okay. So for these events to be happening and then we have stories overshadowing is not going to be a good thing for our dear king and Queen Consort Camilla. Okay. And we know how much Prince William as well and Catherine were really, really opposed to the idea of inviting these two because the stories Harry wrote in that book about William, about Catherine, were stories that are up to now still hurting to the Prince and Princess of Wales. I don't know how these these two are going to come face to face with William and Catherine when they come here because they know they are reading up on these stories. They know how much William and Catherine and other senior royals are very, very opposed to the invitation. So Meghan and Harry are going to be looking very, very lonely if they decide to attend this event because nobody trusts them. I doubt that there will be anybody willing to speak to them because whatever you say to Meghan and Harry will still be exposed in those papers. Remember what Prince Harry said about uh, Sasha, that lady apparently that took away his virginity. Now that is very, very private. Prince Harry said that in his book. So what can he not say? And do you think the royals are going to be trusting of those two when they attend? Of course not. But I think the invitation that was sent to them was solely because King Charles III was acting as a father who said, all right, okay, come attend my coronation because you are my son. What can I do? Okay, I just want to show that I'm still welcoming you as a son. Mm. Very, very interesting updates. Hi, Laurie. A large candle gets invited. Remember that candle? Hi, Fiona. Yes, Fiona says, oh, Laurie, you remind me of that big candle at the Queen's funeral service. Yes, the candle was placed right in front of Meghan. Oh, God, very interesting. I still know, I shared that video the other day of that big candle sat in front of Meghan, and people were commenting saying that candle was the blessing for the day. And Fiona says, I don't think many people will talk to Harry and Meghan because people will worry things will be twisted. Absolutely. That is everybody's biggest concern. Okay. And Sam says, I think that men and women are sitting in separate areas during the ceremony too. How will they cope? Absolutely. Hi, Andre. Thank you so much for joining us. Sam, that's really, really great a question. And Fiona, you're welcome. Guys, thank you so much. Healing body and mind. Place two candles in front of them and not. I think that the candle will need to come in and do a great service. But the seating arrangement, thank you guys for raising that. Sitting arrangement is always one of the hardest things to do. And the royal family behind the scenes, of course, is planning how people are going to be sitting. And we always know that all royals sit on one side and other royals sit on the other side. Now, during the Queen's funeral service, of course, we had Meghan and Harry sit on the same side with the other royals, but on a certain row, is it the third, fourth row, somewhere down the line? Okay, whereas they would have been much more closer in front, but they were placed behind there. And that happened here. We are going to have a situation where they will be placed somewhere a little bit further out of the cameras, and that will be for that one reason, to avoid those snapshots, photographs, and all that stuff of Meghan and Harry after the coronation ceremony popping up online in their Netflix documentaries alongside the other royals. Because claiming that yes, here we attended this event, we are still very much part of the royal family. We know they are, the royal family is still welcoming, but in not those ways that Meghan and Harry would want to use that occasion to make money. Okay, but it is, it is. 1 minute, guys. I'll be with you in a bit. Yes. So, yes. So that is what we are coming up to. Meghan and Harry apparently being invited to attend His Majesty the King's coronation. But of course, there is a lot, as we know, that is being said regarding that decision King Charles III has taken. Now, I started a blog where I share other stories about the royal family, guys. Check it out. francispagemedia.com is my new blog. It is very much um, a subsidiary or very much a continuation of the YouTube channel here, where I write blog posts, you know, long versions of those stories. So visit the blog post, guys, and get to read up on some of these stories. I do write regarding trending, stories that might have popped up. So please visit francispagemedia.com, and I intend to introduce a subscription fee for those blog posts in future, just to raise some money, of course, to run this channel, and nothing else at all, you know. So again, guys, if you see that pop up, I think I want to charge around £2.99, which is about $4 to subscribe to the blog post, so you could read about the stories that I write about. But that is all going towards funding my daily activities here on YouTube. But I'm so grateful of you guys staying around, of course, sharing those thoughts you are sharing here with us. And I'm going to be doing these live streams quite often now, as we come close and closer to the coronation ceremony. I'm intending to travel um, to the coronation ceremony, make those arrangements very soon, because places are selling out, hotels are selling out, tickets are going to be swelling in prices. Okay, so make sure that you have all you need in place before things become very haywire. Okay, but the coronation event, a big concert, is going to be taking place at Windsor Castle on the 8th, I think, and to attend that coronation concert, there is a public ballot where if you want to attend, go and put your name down, and you will be selected. I think 5,000 tickets are up for grabs. If you win a ticket, that ticket will be bringing you with your other half, your friend, brother, sister. Okay, and it's not first come first served, because the ballot is open until the 28th of February. So you still have some time to go and put your name down if you do intend to come and watch the coronation concert. But again, a lot goes into that because you have to think about your accommodation while you're attending the concert, where to stay, etc. So you have to get on that very, very soon before things become very expensive. But yes, that was our live today, guys. I thought I'd come on briefly to have this conversation. Okay, to have this discussion of what you think about King inviting Meghan and Harry to attend the coronation ceremony. Okay, Lauren says, I'm not sure how friendly the relationship will be going forward with the BBC after the all panorama situation. And Sam says, probably more logistical practice every load has to go. Okay, yes, yeah, thank you guys for those thoughts. Truly, truly appreciate it. I really, really thank you for always coming up to my videos as well. Let's watch those videos, guys, and boost those views. I know that posting times vary because my audience is all over the place in different countries. So I'm again very, very unsure about the best time to post because I really, really would like to get more views on those videos as well. And of course, as our engagement grows, I want to be doing more lives, taking you guys around some of these royal palaces and showing you what is going on in those areas. But it's all to do with the logistical funding and all that stuff in place to enable me be able to carry out those activities. But so far, so good. Your support has been immense. Okay, and let us keep our eyes open to see whether Meghan and Harry will come after they receive that invitation. If they don't come, I think that will be great. If they do come, we are going to be ready to see the reaction that they will be receiving from people here because they have really, really rubbed people the wrong way in those stories of theirs that they share. And of course, their actions and their upcoming projects that are always promising to tear down the royal family. Now, Prince Harry has been promised a big project apparently by GB News. Is it GB News? And is it Fox News, GB News? We don't know. But there are some stories that came up the other day that Prince Harry might be invited to be a guest presenter on the day of the coronation ceremony. And that Prince Harry, of course, will be sitting in the studios of, is it GB News? I don't know. I'll go back and check that. That Prince Harry will be sitting in the studios and on the day of the coronation ceremony and will be picking up calls from people who will be calling in to ask questions about the coronation ceremony, and that Prince Harry will be providing or giving an overview on things that are going on in the royal family. And these invitations apparently were extended to Prince Harry. These TV channels want Prince Harry to be the host on the day for them, should he choose not to go and attend the coronation ceremony. Now, they will be paying huge sums of money to Prince Harry to, of course, to get him to be a guest presenter on their shows. But again, if Prince Harry takes that route, can you imagine you being a guest presenter answering questions about the royal family on the coronation day? Okay. And of course, the sort of questions people will be asking Prince Harry, we all know. Why did you run away from the royal family? Why have you done this and that to the royal family? Is it a good idea for you to actually be sitting here talking about an establishment that you don't believe in? So those will be the sort of questions Prince Harry will be receiving should he take on that opportunity of being a guest presenter on those US TV shows on the coronation day if he doesn't attend. So either way, there's nowhere to run. Prince Harry is always going to come face to face with those very, very big questions. People will be wanting to eat him up. Okay. But if he goes on that show again, there will be some form of overshadowing because again, people will be wanting to tune in into those shows to to see how Prince Harry is going to be reacting to those very, very questions that people would have wanted to ask him. Okay, so east, west, everywhere Prince Harry goes, he's always going to meet those very tough questions. But it is all in the name of people wanting to show them that the royal family is loved everywhere. Okay, these are very challenging times for King Charles III and the senior working royals because since Prince Harry put out this material in form of his book, those documentaries of theirs with Meghan on Netflix, things have not been very easy going forward with the royal family. Of course, we know certain sections that have a different kind of mindset to what they had before these projects came up. Okay, so very, very challenging times for the royal family, I'm afraid. And King Charles the third has this challenge of now having to hold the principles, values, the great legacy left behind by Queen Elizabeth amidst these very, very challenging times of Meghan and Harry. It is Prince Charles's biggest challenge to maintain this great legacy that Meghan and Harry want to bring down. Okay. And of course, looking at how he has handled these things so far, many would say that King Charles has been a little bit easy on Meghan and Harry because whatever they did, they would have expected those royal titles to be withdrawn. People would have expected now on that invitation guest list would not even be happening. Okay, leave them in the comment section below. I have about 5 minutes to end this live, guys, because I have to. We will be, of course, doing another live at some point tomorrow. Again, when busy stories come up, I'll always be here very, very quickly to share them with you and, of course, get your outlook on these things. But for now, guys, keep your eyes open. We are still waiting to see if Meghan are going to confirm. Okay, is the sound back, guys? Please give me. Is it back, guys? Is my sound back on now? Yes, yes. I think my earbuds ran out of battery. Yes, so I was concluding, guys, and asking you to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Tell me if you think King Charles made a wise decision. And I was saying that, of course, as royalists, we know how Meghan and Harry have treated the royal family, and we know how their projects are going to be causing such a very, very huge negative impact on the legacy of the royal family going forward. So we can understand why people don't want these two to be invited to an event of a farm that they don't agree with. Okay, but looking at it from a perspective of King Charles III, a father and son, we can sympathize with King Charles III wanting to still want his son to be around, and I think he wants, he hopes that Prince Harry in future will get to apologize, will get to understand that whatever he did was not right. And King Charles doesn't want to carry that feud. He wants to keep open arms, you know. And of course, the decisions that he's taking would probably very much be the same decisions that his mother would have taken. And also very early on in this life, remember when I said that these events, the coronation ceremony and everything would have been planned ages ago, okay? And Queen Elizabeth, of course, was still here. And when Queen Elizabeth started getting those health issues, and I think she would have been part of these whole arrangements, the guest list, and she would pretty much also have invited Meghan and Harry to attend, based on the fact that Harry is the grandson and all that. But I think the royal family will be keeping that space. You can come here, but you will still be at an arm's length, okay? Because we know what you are like. They are not trusted anymore, okay? The battery, guys, wants to go down, so I'll be ending this live stream soon. 1 minute. Okay, yes, so the royal family will be keeping that arm's length for the two when they do attend the coronation ceremony. And everybody is very much looking forward to seeing what sort of reaction the two are going to be receiving. Now, this is also one of the stories that came up recently. Apparently, Meghan and Harry are very, very worried of the sort of reaction they will be receiving when they come here for the coronation ceremony. Of course, they ought to be worried. Who wouldn't, after all they have done? Okay? But yes, that apparently they are very worried. They are anticipating a very, very bad reception when they come here. And we are here saying that, do they actually expect any good reception? Okay. Okay. Do they expect to be treated well when they haven't treated the family that loved them so much well? Okay. So in quick summary, guys, before we finish this, allegedly King Charles III, royal family have included Meghan and Harry on that invitation list, guest list to attend. Whether Meghan and Harry will attend, that still remains up to them. King Charles III has kept an open space. He still treats these people well as a father. He still lets them know that regardless of whether they are going away in those directions they have gone, the royal family is always very welcome to them because it's a loving, caring family, okay? And as a father, of course, maybe he wants his son to be present on that historic day in hope that in future his son will change and start thinking otherwise, okay? But it also could be that the king is inviting them to come here so that they can get to see that the public is actually very annoyed with their actions. And that is also a good thing for us, because when they come here, we will show them that, hey, listen, whatever you are doing, we are watching you, we don't like it. Okay? And of course, for the seating arrangements that will be made of where every guest will be sitting, the whole world is waiting to see where Meghan and Harry are going to be placed, where they will be sitting. Okay, the booze and all that stuff that will be coming up. And of course, the stories that will be shared after of those things that would have gone on during their stay here. There was a story previously that said that yes, and the stories that we had recently claiming that Prince Harry would make this a whistle stop for, for the 48 hours, that he will be coming alone, leaving Meghan at home. Of course, we've heard those stories, but those were all speculations apparently. And who is Meghan to miss out on such a big day? We all know how Meghan wants to always be in the limelight. So the coronation ceremony would certainly be an event that Meghan wouldn't want to miss. And that if she does miss, she's putting it down as remaining behind to look after the kids. But we know that Meghan has a mother, Doria, who has already stayed back to look after the children and all that stuff. But here is my last piece of wisdom to Meghan and Harry. Is that if they choose to come, okay, it will be wise for them to stay as polite as they can, okay, to keep things really low, to understand that the public is not happy with them. And it would be great to bring their children along to meet the cousins, because obviously we know that these children have not mixed with their other cousins here. The kids are being denied that opportunity to know their family here. It is okay for Prince Harry, for Meghan to go away in the way they have done, but for the children to be kept very away from the family that they belong to here is not a wise thing to do, especially as nobody knows what the future holds. So taking away your children from the family that would have welcomed them, loved them, given them roles in the future is not a wise thing to do. So for Prince Harry and Meghan, if they are to attend this coronation ceremony, it will be wise to bring those children along with them. Maybe people will sympathize with them, okay? Will sympathize with them if they come with their children, okay? That's all I have to say. But whatever decision the royal family has taken in inviting these guests, Meghan and Harry included, we can only sit here and agree with them, because there must have been a lot of thought put into these guest lists who are not there. We can give our own say on these things, but the main decision still remains with them. And whatever happens afterwards, we can only say that we gave you our every support. But guys, it's been an honor having you on this live stream again. Look out for my upcoming lives. As I said, I'm going to be very much making these lives quite often, especially as we come closer and closer to the coronation day. So many stories will be coming up, and I would like to keep you up to date with every single bit of these stories as I continue receiving them. Thank you so much for staying around till the very end. Sam, you guys, Fiona, Lorraine, Healing, Body and Mind, you have all been great. Phoebe, thank you guys. Andre, Lori, again, thank you guys. Lavender, you guys, Lori Manning, you guys are incredible. And you showing up to these live streams every day, showing up on my videos, leaving your thoughts behind is always meaning a lot to me and to the growth of this channel. If you're not yet subscribed, guys, please subscribe to this channel. Let us grow our audience. Leave the thoughts in the comment section below of what you would like me to talk about in the near future. And of course, this is not my channel alone. It is our channel to grow and our space to always come and listen and share thoughts here, to get ourselves accustomed with what is going on, but also to stay up to date with the royal news. Thank you so much, Lorraine. Thank you, guys. Lori, thank you for the appreciation. Sam, thank you so much. We are back with these live streams. Be sure to see me here always. Susan from the mountains, thank you so much if you've been around. And I know if you've just joined us, of course, I'm finishing this live stream right now, but be sure to catch up on the next one, guys. Stay tuned. Let us keep a watchful eye to see the reactions that will be coming up next regarding Meghan and Harry's attendance of the coronation ceremony. And of course, to the royal family, to our great King Charles III, we can only wish him luck. We can only wish the whole family luck. Queen Camilla, good health as the royal family sweeps through these challenging times coming up to the coronation ceremony. Have a great afternoon, morning, evening, anywhere, at any part, in any part of the world that you're watching this live from. Bye bye, guys. Thank you so much for the support. I'll see you very, very shortly again. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.